That doesn't sound good. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Neverending Project. I hope your day is going well, or night, or evening, morning. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know where you're watching. Anyway, the TT's all back. Proving Grounds was great. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Feel free to watch my other videos to get all caught up. But yeah, TT's back. Does have a few things we need to sort out. But today I thought we'd do something a little different and give the A3 a little bit of exposure. So if you're new to the channel, the A3 is my daily driver. I'm trying to keep it as such. As you can see, I kind of already started. But yeah, it's a 3.2 liter VR6. I'll show you what this looks like if you guys don't know what it is. Didn't think that it was much of a unknown engine, but it seems that everybody I seem to talk to about it are like, what's a VR6? So I'll show you. So it's a 6-cylinder engine, but it's not quite a straight, and it's not quite a V. It's a little bit of both. So you've got two sets of pistons going back, and they're sitting at about a 15-degree angle. So you're able to fit all 6 cylinders while using a common cylinder head, and you can kind of see how the coil packs are offset a little bit. So one's going in this way, one's going in that way. And it's a pretty sweet little engine, and the soundtrack is absolutely fantastic, which was actually the main selling point for me on this thing. Now, unfortunately, it does have a DSG automatic transmission. It's a dual clutch, but ultimately it doesn't have a clutch pedal, so it's not nearly as fun. So today, what we're going to do with the A3 is we're going to try to get the blower fixed or diagnosed. I'll actually show you. I'll grab the key. So, it's still kind of warm out. It's mid-August or early August, and yeah, you hear that? Yeah, I don't either. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pull the glove box out. I'm gonna pull the blower out. I already did this once before already. Lasted about a week, and then I decided to stop working. So we're gonna pull it out, see if I can actually do a pretty good job at cleaning it. And I'm hoping that all it needs is to get cleaned, and then we're gonna lube it up and see where that leaves us. Alright, so let's see if I can do this with one hand. Alright, so now that the glove box is out, see, I guess I can let it lay there. So we got two pigtails. Let me see if I can turn the light on here. We've got this guy here, and then this guy here. I believe both of these are actually for just for interior lighting. So we can just disconnect those pigtails, and the glove box is free. So let me put the camera down and get this out of the way quick. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, I'll show you where the blower sits. So inside this housing right here, this is the bottom side of the blower. Your resistor is right here. So we got two pigtails that well, actually just one. We've got one pigtail here from the wiring harness. This comes from the motor into the resistor, and that's all built into the harness. And then really all we have to do here, pull on this tab, this one right here. Should be able to pull down and twist. It's a big giant screw. And of course I don't remember which way. Alright, let me put the camera down. Alright. And as mechanics would have it, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So here's our blower, and as you can see, it's seen better days. It's not awful, but should really try to clean it really well and see if that helps. So here's that pigtail that I was talking about. That's coming right off the wiring harness. Grab the screwdriver. So I've got a clip right here. Pop that back and then pull up. There we go. So there's that. There's your blower. What I'm going to do is, this has some rubber tabs right there, and it has I think 3 of them in total. There's 2, 3. Yeah, so 3. We're going to take that out, and then we're going to take the blower motor out of the housing, and we'll see what we can blow out. It's a little stiff, so it might just need a little lubing. I'll kind of take the resistor apart and kind of show you what that looks like too. But yeah, who thought this would be so complicated? Alright, so here's a motor outside of the housing. Like I said, they're just rubber tabs, so you can just kind of punch these corners in from out of there, and it should pop straight out. And then you've also got this grommet. You can go ahead and take it out. It's got a slit in the middle, so you don't have to worry about cutting anything. I've already, like I said, I've already visually inspected it. Everything looked pretty good. All the copper coils were intact. I didn't see any like burnt up or broken grounding, and none of the terminals looked like the solder was cracking or anything like that. But what I do see is quite a bit of corrosion. And that's just from the moisture, as you're obviously pulling air in from the outside and all that jazz. So I'm going to see if I can't decide if I want to do like a PB blaster, just to kind of eat up at the corrosion, and then hit it with some, I don't know, brake cleaner, let that all evaporate, and then hit it with some white lithium grease. Or if I just want to do the white lithium grease. Decisions, I don't know. Actually, I also told you guys I was gonna work the resistor too. Alright, and she's out. So that was a 6mm bolt, or 6mm head on that bolt. So with a flathead, you can go ahead and you can pull these back. Let me see if I can balance the camera. Just pull these tabs on back. I don't necessarily want to take them out, but there we go. So this is just the aluminum heatsink that goes on it, and the reason I'm reluctant to believe that my resistor's out is because the PCB actually looks really, it's immaculate. Now let's see if I can hold the camera here with my legs. This isn't working. There we go. Let's go ahead and pop the PCB board out. So there are connecting terminals. This is from the blower. This is from the wiring harness in the car. Copper coil there, and our 2 hefty capacitors that actually look, they're not even bulging a hair. So I don't know, like I've inspected it once before and it looked really good. Now that's not to say it's impossible for this to actually be bad. I mean, obviously it certainly could. But before we start paying for the expensive things, we'll just try to eliminate all of the other possible culprits and kind of work our way that way. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the PB blaster route. I'm gonna give it a few squirts. I'm trying to actually see what I'm doing here and see if I can show you guys at the same time. I'm obviously not very good at this. So I'm just gonna let that soak in there for a minute. Give give it a few spins. Just gonna clean that off a little bit. And, I think I had a wire brush somewhere. It already noticeably feels a lot more loose. So I'm sure that due to the corrosion, it is probably making the motor work a little harder than it wanted to, so it just wouldn't spin up. Steel brush somewhere around here, but obviously not where I need it. Not really what I was looking for, but we'll make it work. Get some of that gunk out of there. There's actually a lot of corrosion in there. A lot of corrosion buildup. I'm wondering if I should hit that top one too. Ow. This is prickly. Ow. I should be using gloves. That looks pretty good. Let me turn the light on and see if I can get you guys to see. So right in there looks like got quite a bit of corrosion buildup. I'm not so worried about this top part, mainly because that just seems to keep the plastic fins in place, essentially the blower fan itself. So we're gonna leave that alone. That doesn't need to spin, but that bearing under, I'm trying to get my finger under here, that doesn't fit, that doesn't work. Yeah, like right in there. So I'm gonna give it a quick squirt. And I'm going to have to use some brake cleaner. Try to get as much of it off. So my car is going to smell like brake cleaner and PB Blaster, which is gonna be super cool. Look at that, already spins real nice. I haven't even lubed it up really. Oh, that's gonna stink. Alright, so I'm gonna clean this up, and then see if I can get all of this excess stuff off, and I'll be back. Alright, so I got it all lubed up. Now I'm hoping that that fixes our problem, but I suppose we'll find out. So we could technically plug this into a 12-volt source and a ground and see if it turns on. But like I said, it's been working intermittently, so it could just be on its way out. But we'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. If it doesn't, we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there. That, and I can just plug it right back in and without actually installing it and turning the car on and seeing if she spins up, which is actually what we'll go do right now. Alright, so we got the blower back in its housing. Let me get you some light. It's not fully seated yet, but we're going to go ahead and test this out first. Where can I put you guys? I'll just hold you with my legs. Hope you don't mind. There we go. Because I got to use one hand to hold this, and the other hand to turn the ignition on. So, turn the blower on, and we should have nothing. Oh, just kidding. Cool. Ooh, she's windy. That wasn't even full power. Alright, well, cool. let's hope it lasts for more than a week. If it doesn't, then we'll continue diagnosing. But I'm hoping it stays on because it's just a little slow on the start. But yeah, it's still really warm out, so it'd be nice to have a car with AC. I drove the TT for quite a bit of time without AC, so while I am used to it, doesn't necessarily mean that I always like it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting this back together, and we'll just do everything in reverse order. And there we have it, guys. It's in. Let's see if it still works. That doesn't sound good. So it turns out I'm gonna undo all of that again. And yeah, see what it's rubbing up against. Yep. Well, that was really irritating. But should be good to go now. Let's give you guys some light. I don't even really need to see much. Oops. Alright. There we go. Seems a lot better. Anyway, that was really irritating. But it's okay. We're done. We got it done. Now, like I said, we'll see how much longer that will last. Hopefully it lasts a very long time. I would like to not have to do that again. And preferably not spending money on either a resistor, a blower fan, or both. But I suppose only time will tell. So for the time being, we'll just leave it at that. Like I said, I would like to leave the A3 as a daily, but it does have a VR6, and I've always wanted a VR6. Actually, for the longest time, wanted a manual swap or VR6 swap the TT when I first bought it. But depending on how things go, if I end up keeping the A3 for very, very, very long term, I'm a very car committed kind of person. I know what I like. Like I said, unfortunately, I had to get the DSG because they don't make the Quattros and the 3.2 liter in a manual here in the States. So that kind of sucks. But they did make the Mark II TT, which is the same platform as that, in a manual with a VR6. I don't want to say it's an easy swap, but by no means is it super impossible. I don't know. I'd have to do research, and depending on, like I said, how things go, maybe a supercharger, maybe a turbo. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, thank you guys for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. I did start an Instagram. For those of you that have not found it or are not following, it is at the Neverending Project. And I'll post more like behind the scenes type of things, stuff that I'm doing when I'm not recording, maybe just everyday stuff too as well on there. But yeah, like I said, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.